Welcome back to the Foundation. This is Swaytoven, and I'm going to be talking about arrangements. I believe that even looking at an arrangement that you think maybe at least sounds good or has elements that you're missing could help you elevate your arrangements, right? Because your brain is a sponge, it's absorbing it. I really wish I could look at like just industry level arrangements. Now, a lot of them are probably going to be as basic as you could probably think of, but I like to do what you see right here, all right? You see space, you see variation, you see, you know what I'm saying? You don't see everything repeating like the whole way through. There's one thing that repeats the whole way through, but you know what I'm saying? And I have like a philosophy on this arrangement and how sound is and how we're gonna experience this is because it's just like you don't need something, in my opinion, that just loops over and over. Like I said, this right here, that's going over and over. It still changes in the notes and stuff like that, but it could just be something that you hear it once, you experience it, right? You don't. It doesn't even almost need to resolve. It leaves you wanting more. You feel me? Um, and I guess that's like a personal mindset in a way, but it's like when you're able to like look at an arrangement differently, you'll be able to just create better, compose better songs, in my opinion, because you've already created a loop in order to for it to be arranged. So it's just like when you're able to like look at them differently, like I said, it's just you should look at it as like in a puzzle, but it's not a puzzle. It's music, but you should look at it in a way as if it's something to solve, right? Because most likely you started off with this block of sound in your loop. You have all these patterns, right? You split it open, and then it's just like, okay, how does it make sense? It made sense to you when you had all sounds playing at the same time, which I guess would be your chorus, and even then it doesn't have to be that, right? So how can you make it make sense when you break it apart? And just looking at this, I'm gonna say this because it might be helpful. Thinking about it in terms of movements. If I had like waveforms, it might be easier. I don't know because we perceive what we're looking at differently. Because if this was waveforms, it would just look differently than the MIDI. I can go in and edit the MIDI, but just like this, for example, right? As you can see, like this was the last thing I added to this beat right here. But as you can see, it's kind of long drawn out and it goes up, right? And I said it. Think of it in terms of movements. This is moving up, and it's swelling in a way. Pause. But it's just like, okay, I have two of those movements, right? Two of those were good. The beat can be done, right? I did record another video. I'm probably gonna upload it talking about other things about arrangement. And it's like probably mostly the same beat. I'm pretty sure. I just added some more things to it. And it's just gonna sound the same when I play it, but it's just like I also try to work on mixing. It's because alongside arranging and mixing it, it's just like you'll be able to know what more you can add. I like to have a complicated yet easy to understand palette of sounds. Now I cannot make it easily understood because my mixing isn't there all the way. I need to get better at it. It's funny. I call myself Swaytoven in relation to Beethoven, who was deaf and was making music. All right, I can't even mix on my AirPods or anything. I don't have anything. I just have my monitors. You know, so I have to listen to it. Hope it sounds good on my phone. Then hope it sounds good on bigger speakers, and hope nothing's clipping like crazy because these 808s will get you. Even though I've been using the same 808 forever, just some sub 808. Distortion 808s always are like, it's kind of like a different type of beat for the vibe, or vibe for the beat. But it's just like, yeah. Um, as you can see, like I said, boom, like just this right here. Alrighty, here we go. I'll just highlight this right here, right? So when you want to think about an arrangement, now that we looking at this, it's like what do we build around this, right? Now, like I said, I added it last, so it's just like that's how I'm saying like people look at it differently. But let's say this was your first thing you added. What other parts of your loop can you build around this? What does this lead to? You know, remember when I said experiencing it, maybe you just leave people wanting for more. Maybe it doesn't lead to anything. Maybe it just ends on that weird high note that doesn't quite get resolved until you hear the rest of the arrangement. You know what I mean? And I'm saying this like this arrangement's about to sound like classically musical. It's not. It's not. It's a beat. It's supposed to be like trappish, I guess. But yeah, you feel me? Um, but still, it's you still have the musical melodic side to it. So it's just um, like I said in my other video, we have things offset, right? They're not things hitting straight at the beginning of the measures or anything. They're in the middle, which allows it to give that feeling of, something being connected and moving and it leading. Now, opposed to like this right here, right? Because this is offset, but like imagine if I had it like this right here, like we'd be leading to something else, unless we just heard the end of the song of this being the tail, which is weird and very long. So it's just like we're gonna give it a listen. I don't. It's not mixed that well. I really need to like mix better, pretty much. Yeah, you have like the panning, a little bit of stereo separation. You have the volume balancing, but it must just be the EQ. It must be the frequency masking. I do have some side chaining happening, but it could definitely be better. Um, Try to listen to it all the way up, and then I turn the volume down. Probably turn this stuff down because this stuff just gets louder. There's nothing in the master like a multi-band compressor or like a limiter to make it louder. So I don't know, it just is what it is. I guess this is what it sounds like. This is what it looks like. Could be better in terms of mixing, but yeah, I also want to add more sounds too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, just there's just so many ideas. Like, just when you just get into like the mixing part, I guess you just like, oh, okay, we could just add more and more. But then that requires more and more computer usage. I was only at 31, but like I probably should start investing in like some better VST plugins.